Hey guys, welcome to my 1 year post-op hysterectomy video. I cannot believe it's been 1 year. May 31st, 2024 was when I got my hysterectomy. It's crazy, time flies. So join me today as I talk about everything leading up to my hysterectomy, my diagnosis, why I chose to get a hysterectomy, pre and post-op info. So why did I choose a hysterectomy? There are so many other things that, can help with period pain, acne, bloating, blah, 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 blah. Girl, when I tell you my periods were a gift from Satan, I am telling you they are a gift from Satan. Okay? If you know, you know. So I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2018. I was diagnosed with adenomyosis in 2023, and during surgery they found endometriosis and 2 hernias. So I had a lot of stuff going on causing severe pain, extreme bleeding, legit illness, throwing up, all of the things. So I wasn't really living, I couldn't plan things around my cycle because just didn't know what was going to happen. Literally 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month, I was not with it. Things were not happening. So, yeah, I decided that after years of trying birth control and years of just pushing down, the pain and just trying to work through it, I decided I couldn't do that anymore. And after having a miscarriage in 23 and literally felt like I was bleeding to death last year, I couldn't continue living this way. So I talked with my doctor and we decided the best thing for me would be the hysterectomy. And I was definitely excited, definitely scared. When you find a doctor that listens to you and, she doesn't push things on you, like she doesn't push birth control, she doesn't push me trying to have children, none of this stuff. She was like, what can I do to help you? If this is what you want, I think this is the best solution for your issues. Let's go. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to find somebody that, especially a doctor, that is willing to help get your life back. So, and I say get your life back because let me tell you, I am a completely different person after the surgery. So let's get into everything leading up to the surgery. After I was diagnosed with everything that I had going on, I got older and things kept getting worse, and I had polyps in my uterus, I had cysts on my ovaries, like things were just not looking great. I also had polyps in my uterus as well, so a lot of the bleeding was coming from the polyps and the adenomyosis. All of these words being thrown around, you may or may not have heard of these, but let's go into a little bit more detail with what these are. So first, let's start with PCOS. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It can create crazy hormonal imbalances causing so many different things. Ovarian cysts, dark hair on your face, and a lot of pain, weight gain, all of this stuff. And my doctor told me that they don't really understand where it comes from, but a lot of people say it is from trauma. Like, okay, that tracks. But it's just from trauma being held in the body, this, that, and the other. I don't know if it's hereditary or not. It might be. I know most of the women in my family have had issues with it, so I shouldn't say most. A lot of them have had issues with it, so it can just be very uncomfortable and very very painful to see yourself kind of dwindle into a different person, because that's what it did with me. My weight, the weight fluctuation, the mood swings, all of this stuff, it was. Let's get into the adenomyosis. So that one was kind of a new term to me whenever I was diagnosed. I've heard of endometriosis, but I didn't hear of adenomyosis, and it's basically like tissue that's growing inside the myometrium, the lining of the uterus, so it's growing into your uterus walls basically. So which causes your uterus to swell. It causes a lot of pain. It's very, very uncomfortable, and yeah, I do not wish that on anyone. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It causes a lot of bleeding as well, so extra bleeding during your cycles, and don't recommend. So if you are having a lot of that, I would definitely go get checked, ask your doctor. They found mine on an ultrasound, and they told me that they don't really see it a lot on the ultrasound, but mine was so severe that they could see the striping and stuff in my uterus from it. So yeah, be very careful. If you're having any of those symptoms, go see your OB. Next, endometriosis. I have heard about this a lot, and I suspected for some time that I've had it. With just all of the symptoms that I had, I was like, yeah, it sounds like endometriosis. So that is where the tissue grows outside of the uterus, so like on organs and everything. I've even had heard of stories where the tissue is like growing in the thoracic cavity. So I just cannot imagine how much pain these women are in that are facing that severe of symptoms. I just can't, because I think mine were just stage 1, so very mild symptoms. But let me tell you, I don't know how people do this that have anything higher than that. It's crazy. I can't fathom. But the endometriosis can take over and start growing on everything, causing a lot of pain and a lot of suffering and all the things. So that is endometriosis. So having been diagnosed with the polyp, PCOS, adenomyosis, my doctor suspected also that I had endo, and she didn't know what to expect as far as how much I would have or anything, but she did know that we would probably find something. So I did expect to have her tell me about what she found. After that, during our pre-op everything, before I was okayed for the surgery, they tested my cervix, so they pulled a chunk out right there in the office, and it does hurt. And they're like, here, do you want some Tylenol, or do you want to be put under? We can schedule it. So I did have the option to be put under to do it, but I'm like, no, I want it done today. I want this scheduled ASAP. I want this hysterectomy ASAP. So we did it there, and we went off to testing. Everything came back normal. So that was great. And with having alpha gal, they wanted to do a pre-op like interview. So I had to schedule that, and I had to go in to the hospital, and they went over the pricing of everything, like what insurance would cover. And then I had to tell them all of my allergies. They had to find an anesthesia that didn't contain mammal, I think is what they said. So they figured everything out. They got all that taken care of. And then my date was scheduled originally for April 4th, but I didn't get back to them in time to say, okay, I'll take it. So that filled up, and I had to wait till May 31st. So not too much longer, but it felt like a lifetime. So all of that was all the pre-op work. Another pre-op that I had to do. Another thing that you get at your pre-op visit is your special body wash that you have to clean with the night before and the day before. So they'll give you that with instructions and everything, and they'll send you on your merry way. And they do kind of my doctor's office kind of kept in contact with me, like as things were, in the works. And I asked if they had something available sooner, get me in. Like, I don't care. Just tell me what day and I'll be there. Excuse me. Just tell me what day to be there and I'll be there. I'll show up. I will. But nothing opened up. So May 31st was the day, which was great because of insurance. Because I had better insurance that time than I did after. So check into your insurance and see like what they'll help with there. I know things have to be billed a certain way, and with being a woman, like, you're asked all these questions. I'm sure the doctors have to put in things, because some places won't let you have a hysterectomy if you haven't had kids. So I am definitely well past that age. I'm almost 40. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that I did pre-op was I really wanted to have a farewell to my uterus party, and I am just weird like that. I love throwing parties for literally anything and everything, and this is no exception. Like, I wanted to have a farewell party. The weekend that I planned it, actually only a handful of people could come, and I didn't want to rent this venue and like have 5 people there because I had to have a certain amount of drink orders, so I canceled it. And me and my friends decided that we were gonna just spend the weekend together. We rented a hotel in St. Louis at Union Station. And the day that we plan to kick off the hysterectomy tour, that's what my girls called it, the hysterectomy tour. Hilarious. Literally so fun. We started off at a little tea boutique, a little tea room in Wentzville, and we had a little tea party. There was a cute little market outside, and there were like cute little she sheds that were little businesses, so it was really fun. We met a lot of amazing women, and they gave me so much confidence, and it helped my anxiety so much because they told me their hysterectomy stories, and they held my hand and said, it's gonna be okay, like, you'll get through this, it's so amazing, I promise you. Like, all like a ton of women, and it was so beautiful to see like everybody just being there for me. They were strangers. It was literally the best day ever. And I feel like if I hadn't experienced that, my anxiety still probably would have been through the roof. But we had an amazing time. I'm going to post some pictures, and that way you guys can kind of see what our hysterectomy tour was. But we decided to go to St. Louis, and we had some good food. We had some drinks. We walked over to IKEA and just dreamed up a BFF dream home. So that was fun. And we just got to spend time together, and it was amazing. It was just a beautiful weekend, and I will always remember the hysterectomy tour. So I highly suggest going out with a group of friends or a friend or two and just like saying farewell to your uterus, because that was literally the best thing ever. My friends were so sweet. They got us these really cute shirts, which I'll post a picture, but this one says, "Hysterectomy, my uterus has officially been checked out." It says, "Hysterectomy, my uterus has officially checked out." So it is so cute, and I highly recommend that you guys do something, that you just do something like this. It's just fun. It's fun, and it just kind of helps with the anxiety. It helped me with my anxiety about it. The girls, you know, they just, I don't know. So they got me like this really cute hysterectomy coloring book, a blanket, and socks. We all had matching socks, and it was just so fun. It was the best. So highly recommend doing something to say farewell to your uterus. And yeah, I think that was like one of my favorite weekends ever. So for pre-op, like during my little interview, they told me to eat a lot of protein, and Ensure has these like pre-surgery drinks that you can drink. I did not do that. I just ate a lot of protein, ate really healthy. It's supposed to help speed your recovery. So make sure you're eating super healthy, getting all your protein in. I did drink a lot of like hydration packet water with the hydration packets in it beforehand as well. And that just kind of helps your body prepare for healing. So highly recommend that. I think that helped a lot during my healing process. So highly recommend that. Another thing that I did before surgery was make sure that the house was clean and that there wasn't anything like that I could trip and fall over, or, I mean, my dogs kind of are like under my feet all the time, but dogs know like when you're going through something. So they were really good about not being crazy, and they just kind of kept me company and slept with me and cuddled me, and it was really good. So stocking your fridge with like healthy food was also something that helped me. So I had like the little snack packs like with the carrots and stuff. I had a lot of like lunchables. I had just super easy. I had made a like paleo taco soup, and we lived off that for a few days, and it was really good. So just having like just preparing for all of that is a good way to kind of ease some of that anxiety as well. So highly recommend that. Also, I know the doctors do not care about if your legs are shaved or not, but if you want smooth legs, because it's going to be really hard to shave your legs because you can't bend, you can't lift, none of that stuff. You can't shower the first day either. So which you'll already shower in the morning. So, but just saying, after surgery, my doctor told me not to shower that day. So I bought Veet in the spray can. It's not even, it's like a spray bottle, and you just spray it on your legs and it rinses off. So that came in handy so much. I love it, and I still use it to this day. Like, if I don't feel like shaving my legs, I still buy that. So I could not find it at Walmart. I had to get mine on Amazon, but I didn't want to get the lotiony stuff. I don't like how it feels on my hands anyway, and I couldn't like bend down to kind of like put it all over. So highly recommend that. And I did that before my surgery, and then like a couple weeks after my surgery, and it was amazing. So that is a good thing to have on hand as well. So you, depending on what your doctor says and how you feel, you may go back early, you may go back late. I went back to work 2 weeks after my surgery. So I had a lot of free time, and you can't do a lot, but they want you to be up and walking. You can't just sit around. And because you have a lot of like air in you if you have the laparoscopy. So yeah, Gas X is going to be your friend. I didn't really feel any of that pain too much. I got kind of lucky there, but I did prepare with the Gas X. I did take that. And again, hydrate. Make sure you're staying super hydrated. That helped as well. I also received a cute little 3-tiered cart from my coworkers, and they put like a lot of different things in there for me that I would need in case, I needed an ice pack or a stomach pillow or fuzzy socks, a headband to wash my face so keep hair out of your face. Or if I couldn't shower, I could just put it in the headband and feel better about it. So they kind of stocked me up. I had books, I had coloring books, I had all of these things to kind of keep me busy while I was recovering, which helped out tremendously. I put my medicine and everything in the top tier, so it was easy to get to. And I had my snacks, my corkcicle, which I love. I love these. They're so great. And I don't know, I've heard they're better than Stanley's, but also I've never had a Stanley, and this was way cheaper than a Stanley, so I went with it. And I love the colors. Anyway, so I got that, and I kept hydrated as much as I could. But make sure you have like something, a little cart, a little table, something to keep everything in near you, so you're not having to get up as much, because the first few days it's kind of hard to get up. So definitely recommend having something like that to set by you. So a lot of people told me that a pillow helped them kind of like to push against to get up. I didn't really find that it helped too much, so I didn't really use a pillow. Honestly, I don't even think I used the car pillow that much. I think I used it twice. So again, different people will feel differently about things, but those might be something that you want to check into. And again, I'll post everything in the description below. I loved having my slippers and fuzzy socks. Those were really good comfort items. I bought a Kermit pillow because he makes me happy, and it was on sale at Disney. I had to get it. It was perfect to like cuddle if I wanted to kind of sit like up and sideways a little bit to kind of hold up, and then to sleep on. It was really comfortable. Or if my dog wanted to kind of lay up on me, I would just put that on my stomach, and then he would just kind of lay his little head on me on the pillow. So that helped a lot. Chapstick is another thing, because after surgery you are going to be parched. The medicine is going to like dry you out, like having that mask on and everything. So yeah, it's when they intubate you, it's crazy. Also, when I was intubated, they like cut my throat a little bit, and so I had like this is the only thing literally that bothered me during the whole thing, was I could feel in the back of my throat like where they like ripped some skin off, and it was just hanging there, and I couldn't reach it, and I couldn't, it was so bad, it was so gross. It took forever for it to heal too. But chapstick is going to be your friend, and highly recommend the Burt's Bees. That's the one I used. I don't know, they probably all dry your lips out, but that one seems to be fine. So that's what I used. Big comfortable underwear, the kind that kind of go up over the belly button, and t-shirt dresses or muumuus are going to be your best friend, because it's just so much more comfortable. It's not like pressing against your incisions, and it just feels so much better to be in loose, comfy clothing. And I couldn't bend down to tie my shoes because you're not supposed to bend or lift, so I just used slides or sandals, and they worked fine. So by week 2, I was able to kind of get into my shoes a little bit easier. So yeah, keep those on hand as well. Okay, so let's talk about post-op. So you have all the things that you need, you have everything set up, you had your surgery, and you're like, oh my gosh, that just happened. I did it. Like, it's done. You are going to be exhausted. You are going to be emotional. You are going to be all the things. And when I tell you, I had crazy emotions for a couple weeks. It was rough. I cried a lot. And it wasn't because I was sad that everything was gone. I think honestly, I just had a lot of like hormone stuff going on, and I felt relief, and I felt happy, and I felt so good right after surgery. I felt so good, and it's crazy. Like, it's a whole new world. It really is. Like, you just feel different after. So my biggest thing post-op is to have somebody there the first couple of days. Have somebody home with you, because again, you can't lift, you can't bend. You're gonna be in, I wasn't in a lot of pain, but I had a lot of discomfort in a way. So I didn't really take much medicine other than like Tylenol, and that was just to help because I had a fever a little bit a couple of days after, but they said that was fine. It was normal. So it was low grade fever. So but yeah, so you're gonna want somebody to help you for a few days. You're really not gonna be super hungry. At least I wasn't hungry. I barely snacked the first few days. I just wanted to sleep, so I would sleep, and then I would get up and walk around the house a little bit, and then I would lay back down and sleep. So sleep is going to be key to your healing. So make sure you find time and sleep. If you're anything like me, I have to be doing something constantly, and so that was hard for me to say it's okay to rest, but let me tell you, it is okay to rest. Like, get some sleep, rest, especially the first few days after. Like I said, you're not going to be super hungry. I think I lost like 10 pounds the first week. So, yeah, it takes a toll, but please rest. Your body's going to thank you. Again, I probably won't say this enough, but please stay hydrated. Stay super hydrated, and because the after effects of the anesthesia and everything, it's going to create some tummy issues. Okay. And when I tell you that it took 6 days to go number 2, it hurts. So nothing helped, like stool softener, Miralax, nothing helped me. What helped me was sugar-free candy, because whatever's in sugar-free candy literally will make you go. So I like to say that sooner than later, because let me tell you, once you get to day 6, it hurts. So just telling you to be prepared with that. Again, different bodies, different people, but it's definitely a common occurrence. Okay, so I think I covered pretty much everything there. I will say that now I'm going to tell you a couple of things to not do, and you're probably going to be like me and do them anyway. But I highly suggest not looking up stories about hysterectomies, because there are some bad ones and it does scare you. Okay? Don't do that. Do not do that. I joined a support group, and again, I probably shouldn't have done that because it's a lot of bad stories. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself some tears, save yourself some anxiety. Don't do it. Don't. It's not good. Also, I would say don't let other people talk you out of it, because it's your body. So, there'll be people that will try to talk you out of it or say things that aren't supportive. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. I will also say, don't lie to your doctors, because I did, and I probably should have mentioned something, but like the day before I went into surgery, I had blood in my stool, like a lot, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna tell him because I want this done. But yeah, it could have been from the endo, it could have been from my hernias, because I had blood in my stool before, and I even went to the doctor for it, and they told me there was nothing wrong. So I just was like, it's fine. It's fine. But I maybe should have mentioned that. Yeah. So anyway, don't lie to your doctor, or, mention things. If something happens, tell them. So yeah, because I knew going in, like, I've had issues with my stomach, and not even like internally, but like not in my stomach, like around my stomach, and I think that's where the hernias were. So I didn't know that I had those. That was just kind of a weird thing. So yeah, definitely be honest with your doctor. Yeah. It is definitely normal to have anxiety about it. It's definitely normal to have anxiety about surgery. Like, absolutely. But just know that you have, a group of people working for you in your favor to make you feel better. Like, that's what I had to tell myself. And when I saw my doctor, I felt better. So I was really scared. I literally like had myself in a little mini panic. So yeah, it's definitely hard, but it's so worth it. So worth it. So my experience pre-op and post-op were good. I had no pain post-op I had gallbladder surgery like in 2014, and that was the worst pain ever. The pre-surgery and the post-surgery. Literal hell. And that's what I was expecting with this, because it was still like in the abdomen, but I had like no pain, very little pain, just a little discomfort. I didn't take the medicine that they gave me. I didn't have any issues with the gas being trapped up in my shoulders or anything like that. So I got really lucky there, but literally easiest surgery, literally easiest recovery. So just make sure to listen to everything that your doctor tells you to do. Definitely, like I said, definitely rest. Have a good support system. And like I said, having somebody there for a couple days even is going to be key to your recovery. I was able to go back to work after 2 weeks. So I took the full 2 weeks off. I thought I could go back sooner, but I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I took that 2 weeks to recover, because my body needed it. My body needed to rest. It needed to recover, and I'm so glad that I took that full 2 weeks off. I was not able to go back to the spa until like almost 8 weeks out. So just because it's a little bit more physical of a job, they didn't want me to rip anything or hurt myself. So I had a little hiatus from the spa, but I was able to go back in a little before 8 weeks. So everything was good with that as well. And when it comes to lovey-dovey time, your doctor will usually tell you to wait 6 weeks, and definitely listen, because you know how I said don't look at the stories online? Well, I was looking at stories online, and there are a lot of horror stories. Don't be silly and ruin something. Yeah, just wait the 6 weeks. Absolutely wait the 6 weeks. Your body will go through this phase where you just really don't know that you can wait 6 weeks, but just wait 6 weeks. Because I'm telling you, after the stories that I've read, I don't know why people do the things that they do, but yeah. You can talk to your doctor and see what they say about other things. But yeah, definitely wait 6 weeks, because you're going to want to make sure that nothing is going to like rip or prolapse or anything like that. So, okay. And as I mentioned before, your hormones are going to kind of be, at least mine, they were all over the place. I was all over the place. Like I said, I was very emotional. I was just very like not myself for a few days, mentally, just because, of everything. And it's okay. Like, cry and let it out and let your body release what it needs to release. So that is another thing that I highly recommend. So since it's been a year, I've trying to come up with things like that I feel that are different, and literally there's not a whole lot that's different. I can do pretty much everything now compared to when I was sick all the time, and I couldn't do a lot of things at all because I literally couldn't move. So to be able to do things without pain, without being sick, without passing out has been a life-changing this is like a whole new life, and it's crazy and it's beautiful, and I'm so excited. If you're watching this and you're getting ready to go through this, I really am so excited for you, and I know that you're gonna feel so good, and it's gonna be the best thing ever. I'm telling you, it's so good. Don't let fear make you back out. Just do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be so good. You're going to feel amazing. The only thing now that I don't really do that I used to do I used to like move furniture by myself and like lift super, super heavy things. And I don't do that anymore because I can feel things pulling and I don't want anything to happen. So I don't lift a lot anymore. Like the super heavy stuff I don't do. So I don't really lift a lot. But it's fine. Like my husband, he helps me. So if I need help, the other thing is like after for several months, like when I had to pee, I had to find a bathroom like right then because it was hard to hold it. I'm doing fine now. Some people will do like therapy after. I just did my own in a way. And I was fine. Like I'm fine now. So it takes a little bit to kind of work up to that, but it's nice not having my bladder feeling like it's going to burst all the time. So there's that. But other than that, like everything feels so much better. And it is so amazing not having to buy and go through 2 or 3 boxes of tampons in one cycle. Like not having to waste my money on that, not having to buy new clothes because you bleed through, you know, it's crazy and it's amazing. And I'm so excited if you are on your hysterectomy journey. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those below. I will post a list of everything in the description that I used post and pre hysterectomy, and leave it down there. Again, if you have any questions, comments, leave it below. And with that, thanks for sticking with me and watching this, and good luck if you are on your hysterectomy journey. I'm going to end this with a few pictures of my insides.